Are you looking for more out of your life? Do you need ideas on how to start new businesses and how to move forward in your own personal life? Well, guess what? You have come to the right radio show. At You Can Overcome Anything podcast show, you will learn and hear from many people from all walks of life who are sharing their challenges, their stories, their habits, and the mind shifts they had to overcome to become who they are today. On top, you will get a chance to connect and see how you can overcome anything by networking and learning about your next move through this radio show. I present to you our great speakers at You Can Overcome Anything podcast show with your host, CesarRespino. Hey, welcome back. How are you? It is your host, CesarRespino from You Can Overcome Anything podcast show. And today I have a special guest. It is my friend Rory. Hey, Rory, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, bro? Life is good, great, healthy. Kind of cold, but I'm good.
Oh, man, that's awesome, man. Hey, so instead of me telling the viewers and listeners about you and your background, I know you almost died from an eating disorder. I wanted you to maybe share a little bit about your story and just tap into who you are, man.
Okay. Most definitely, I gotta log on my phone with us, but I can most definitely answer that question. Laptops, they die. So I'm logging on. Here we go.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, connecting that. Yeah.
All right. You see me? See me
Yep.
good?
Yep.
Oh,
I don't
there
see
we
you, but
go.
I hear you. There you go.
Awesome. So, yeah, I got an eating disorder about 5 years ago, and I lost about 165 pounds within about 31 days, about a month and a half. And there was one thing I learned through this situation was I could overcome anything.
Mm.
While I was sick, I was having trouble breathing. I was having a lot of troubles with life, period. But there's did. I never gave up. Even after they said you got 6 months if you don't change your ways, I still never gave up. But they gave me the willpower to say, okay, I don't want to die.
Right.
I got to do something. So, but logically, I struggled with it because of depression. Because when you don't get the right nutrients, guess what happens? You don't get the right things going to your pleasure center, the things what makes you happy, right? And I wasn't feeling it. And plus, hey, let's be real. When we can't eat, hey, uh, we kind of get depressed because
Yeah.
we love food, right? And
Right.
so that's a big thing of mine, and that's just a little part of the story, the gist of it,
Right.
the outlining of it.
Yeah. And so let me ask you this: like, how did you get to that place? Right. I mean, what happened that you got to that place, and then obviously you came out of that. But what was going on through your life that you ended up having that challenge in your life?
So basically, I believe in karma. Karma is a big play in it.
Mm.
When you aren't nice to the people in the world, guess what's going to happen? Karma's going to bite you in your butt, like really bad. And I thought I was higher than the mountains. I thought I was king, the best gift of the world, and it bit me pretty well, and it made me realize that you know it shouldn't matter how people are in this life. You got to love everybody, even if they make mistakes. You got to still love them, and you shouldn't be mean to people. You shouldn't be a bully.
Got
And
it.
I will tell you a little bit about that. I used to be a bully, but I was bullied on in high school, middle school. So I was just fighting back with everybody in the world, thinking that everybody was that bully in high school, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I was trying to be Mr. Tough Guy, like nothing can stop me. But yeah, that's it. And what made me actually go out of it, of having that mindset that I can't give up, I can't do anything, um, that's going to stop me of living, was looking at my mother.
Mm-hmm.
My mother is the rock of my world, and when she when she told me, son, if you don't change your ways, you dead. And that's when it hit home, and
Wow.
that's when I did the 360. I still struggle with it,
Yeah.
but I enjoy it now. I enjoy life. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy helping with a lot of people. It's crazy all the time. How do you have such a great attitude all the time? Get mad? I said, yeah, all the time.
Right.
But social media know about it. So that's a big step. To like yesterday, I talked about how to be a leader.
Mm.
You got to lead people in the right path. So you got to understand deeper in your core what you are before you can help one person. And when I realized who I was and what my mission is, then I knew. Then I knew. So when I came back from Florida, bro, that's
Yeah.
when my life mentally it changed mentally, and people seeing it, they go, "Wow, why did Rory go to Florida? What is he doing?" Right. So li- life is going very swell, very good right now,
Yeah, yeah,
for
and you know
sure.
what? And the one thing that I want to share with everyone is that you have, since I've known you, you've spread, just nothing but love, right? And you're every post you put on Facebook, every video that you do on Facebook, you're giving the listeners or the people that are watching you a very motivational and inspiring message, in multiple aspects, right? And you're right. Now that I think about it, it's like I don't think I've ever seen you mad or pissed in any of your videos. You're always very joyful, which is awesome, right? I mean, this one pain that you had at one point had made you realize that from that pain you've become who you are now. A lot of times when people are looking at, I'm going through a difficult time, or I'm this and that, whatever the case may be, and they're going through some sort of pain, one thing that we need to realize is that that pain is either going to, you have to grow from it, or you're going to go through that pain, right? And you got to be able to learn how to grow from that pain. Pain can either motivate you, or it can literally bring you down. And in your case, you decided to make a change on that, which is pretty awesome. And so now, you even you do this thing which is the Genius Hour. You have your own podcast show. You're doing a lot of stuff. You were last week in Florida, obviously working more on yourself, networking, doing that stuff. Tell me more about that stuff.
Um, so basically, I went up to Florida to prove to myself that I could do it, because over the last 5 years, 6 years that I've been in industry, everybody's seen me in my room. They never see me leave. I mean, you might see me outside walking
Mm-hmm.
down the little road, but you never see me outside of my location.
Mm.
They never see me travel. And I made a deal with myself. I said, Rory, you can do this. You can leave. You don't need to be trapped in a small room. You can be around people. So, like, I am scared of people. I mean, I was scared of people.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did was I went to Florida to see if I could do it. So I was taking that risk of having a big crazy anxiety and stuff like that. Thank God I took the products, what I've been taking, to help me with that, with my gut health and everything. Um, and so I went to Florida, and what was crazy, bro, was like I stepped in an arena and I seen 20,000 people, and
Mm,
my eyes and my heart got big. I was like, wow,
mm,
I'm going to be on that stage within a year. And
nice.
so that inspired me. So I was going out there to see if I could handle people, and I met so much great people out there. And
Mm.
plus, I enjoyed Miami. I just enjoyed it. I
Mhm.
didn't want to leave. Um, so yeah. So I went out there to prove to myself and to prove to my audience that you can do anything you put your mind to. Nothing should stop you.
Mm.
The only the way you won't overcome um, fears and you won't reach success is if you don't take a risk of something that you're scared to do. So you got to go that extra mile that normal people don't go. You got to be kind of crazy. As business owners, hey, they call us crazy because we are
Mhm.
doing things that not Joe would do. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, no, definitely. And so now in terms of your podcast or your Genius Hour, what is your intention there? What are you trying to accomplish there?
Um, I want to educate, motivate, and teach people how to get out there and put their face on the camera. I say this all the time. You can call this a marketing
Hmm.
tactic, but I say if the man with no teeth can do it, so can you. Because like majority of people on social media, they are scared of the camera. They're scared. They think the camera's going to bite them, or people are going to judge them. Who cares if people judge you? Who cares if you ain't content? But the people who listen and respect you are going to listen. And pretty soon it's going to do that viral effect. Wow, blah, blah, blah is on camera every day, educating, bringing that value. And pretty soon people are going to start sharing. See, I went
Right.
on video for a year and a half. Nobody shared one video of mine. None.
Mm.
In the last week and a half, over 100 people shared my stuff.
Yeah.
So, staying consistent at something and letting people know you're consistent is key. And people notice that. And
Right.
that's when people start going, hey, what do you do? Because you never mention what you do.
Yeah. 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 And then you know what? You have a good point there, though. I mean, and it does come down to being consistent, right? A lot of times, we as people, whether we're entrepreneurs or it doesn't matter what we're doing in our lives, we expect a result from minimal, effort, right? You do something for just maybe one time, two times, maybe you do something, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't get that result that I was looking for. I didn't get what I was hoping to get, so then you say, screw this, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then you give up. Except it comes back to being consistent with what you're doing. It's like one thing, like another example that I'll give you is like New Year's, right? A lot of people say, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym because I want to lose all these pounds or whatever the case may be. And then they go to the gym for the first maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks. And after that, that consistency dies down. And all of a sudden, the gyms are empty. You don't see the people. They don't continue. Now, the people that stick to it and they continue to go to the gyms, they're going to see the results sooner than later, right? So it's the same thing with anything, whether you're doing a live video, whether you're talking to people about a great product, whether you're talking to people about sharing a great message. They may not hear it for the first week, 2, 3, or 4 or 5 months. Yet as you continue to be consistent, man, that's gonna be the message that is going to get to those people sooner than later. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because again, that's something that we as people tend to forget, and we tend to give up, right? So
Yeah.
so yeah, so that's awesome, man. And so I have a couple of questions before we wrap it up. I guess the one question that I want to ask you is that, again, going through your journey, going through everything you've gone through, obviously you've gone through some very, very difficult times. What are some of the habits that you do on a day-to-day basis to get you keep going, that you're constantly motivated and you're constantly always smiling and sharing these messages to people? What keeps you going?
I take a 3-step process.
Okay.
I get up, And I remember it's a blessing to wake up. It's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing to be able to share a story with somebody to inspire them. It's a blessing. So I stick with my blessings and my higher power. And the number two thing I do is I always want to educate myself before I educate people. That's what I do on a daily. I educate myself. I watch a video. I watch people who came from nothing and turned into something. And then I look at my audience and I see all the right people in my inbox. The right people. Not just people who just like my stuff just to like it. People who actually build a relationship with me. So that inspires me to really go deep down within education and actually want to speak to my audience the correct way. And that just inspires me. Just being me inspires me. So I
Yeah.
know that sounds kind of cocky, but I mean that really like it really inspires me. Like the post I did the other day, I said I don't want to make $1 million. I
Oh
just
yeah.
want to change 1 million lives.
Yep.
So basically, what I meant by that was I want to put 1 million smiles on somebody's face
Hmm.
within 12 to 24 months. That's my goal. So I have to wake up every day wanting to motivate myself to motivate others. Because you got to motivate yourself before you can motivate others.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? That's powerful, man. Again, going back to what you just mentioned, we we don't tend to see that yet. Again, being grateful that you have the opportunity to wake up and be here. And I always tell people that if you're still breathing, then there's still something for you to do. There's still an opportunity for you to make an impact in people's lives or in your own life, and there's still a lot that you can do. So if you're breathing, that's a key. So I'm glad you mentioned that. The second thing you mentioned, which I think is powerful, is working on yourself. And by you watching those motivational videos or making sure that you're networking with a certain group of people, that is working on yourself. Sometimes we forget to do that. We are so busy in our busy lives that we forget to work on ourselves. We're so busy working for somebody else that we forget to work on ourselves. So that's the other thing that I also tell people is make sure that you work harder on yourself than you do on anybody else, because at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself. So I love those messages, man. That's pretty awesome. So the last thing I have for you is what obviously we kind of talked about it, yet what is one advice that you can give the listeners, the viewers, that if they do this one thing or if they start working on this one thing, it definitely is gonna put them into the mode where they can overcome anything in their life.
Okay, that answer is pretty short. What one thing would be keep
Mm-hmm.
the same thing. Wait, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Keep the main thing the main thing. So basically, what I mean by that is keep your main focus. What's your number one focus? Why is the reason why you want to make a difference within the world? Why do you want to be motivated every day? Your main why. Pay attention to your why. Because
Mm-hmm.
if your why doesn't make sense to you, your why is not going to make sense to the rest of the world. And people
Mm-hmm.
won't be influenced by it.
Right.
So you got to know deep within your core of your body, like of your heart. You got to know why are you doing this? Why are you trying to generate lives? Why are you trying to motivate people? Why are you trying to make an income in your business? Why? Are you just doing it for a quick buck, or do you actually care about the people? And when you realize it all matters about the people, that's when everything goes up. And that's basically it, bro.
Wow,
That's
that's awesome. Again, just you're a freaking genius, man, and that's why you have that show, the Genius Hour. You have so much great information and so many great ideas that I love it. So let me ask you this: if people wanted to connect with you, where can they find you? And where can people connect with you?
they can find me on Facebook because the rest of my social medias are bots,
Okay.
but Facebook is where they get directly to me. So most of them.
Okay, awesome. So, I thank you so much, Rory. I don't have anything else for you today. I know you gotta jump into another meeting, but I want to say thank you for really being part of this call today, and sharing your information, your story, and some of the ideas. And so, once again, thank you for that. And
Most definitely.
yeah, and then for the rest of you guys, don't worry. I'm gonna go ahead and put the links of or his Facebook link here so you can connect with him. Do me a favor, make sure that you go to Spreaker.com, go to YouTube, subscribe, and like this video, share this video, and stay tuned for the next great interviews that we have coming up in the next couple of weeks. This is your host, CesarRespino. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm CesarRespino, real estate investor, business coach, and consultant, and author of the book, You Can Overcome Anything, Even When the World Says No. My number is 424-501-6046. In my book, I talk about making the necessary changes to shift your mind for prosperity and certainty. Pick up your copy at Amazon. I also love helping families with their real estate and can purchase your house fast and all cash. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. My number is 424-501-6046.
Thank you for having me today. I am so glad you tuned in to this podcast. You can find me at Spreaker.com, where you can like and subscribe. And to learn more about myself and my services, you can find me at www.CesarRespino.com, or you can also find me at Facebook under CesarRespino. Once again, thanks for joining me. I am looking forward to having you at the next episode, and know that you truly can overcome anything.